You have a huge list of credits, but you were on something called Circus with the Stars?
Stars.
Yeah, Circus with the Stars. Many, many years ago, they would take me on TV shows and they'd
Like Battle of the Network Stars.
Battle of the Network Stars.
But Circus of the Stars,
Right.
yes, everybody remembers. It was
And so at the
iconic.
time, I was hanging out with a local girl named Brooke Shields.
I've heard of her.
And her mom decided that it would be great if we could hang out together at the circus. That's where we could spend time together.
So this was an arranged marriage.
Yes, it was in the day.
Yes.
So the only way that we could, I would go, I started like 2.5 months later than everybody else. I had 2 weeks to learn this act.
What was your
nothing
act?
new. It was called Cloud Swing. And so it had a rope, just a rope, and it was hung from one side to the other, like a giant U.
Okay.
And you had to hang on,
All right.
pull yourself up and get on the rope, and then you would swing out like this. And as you swing out, you would dive off and catch yourself with your knee.
What?
And you would, it was insane. Like
It sounds dangerous.
It was so dangerous. There's like 4 people in the world that can do this act. And I learned it in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I was in serious peril. So while we're learning, and by the way, I never saw Brooke once the entire time. It was a bad sell. 15 feet off the ground, learning how to do it. We're going to film it in Vegas. So we go to Vegas, show up to Vegas. Day of the deal, all of a sudden I look up and my cloud swing is 30 feet high.
No.
And they've taken the airbag out.
What do you mean?
And that's why the show is no longer on the air. They killed like 6 actors. So no one cared. So anyway, I said, I don't think this is really worth hanging out with Brooke Shields.
No, I get it.
30 feet off the ground. So I said,
risking your
please.
life.
And they said, well, we'll put the airbag in for your last trick where you dive off and catch yourself at the last minute with your feet.
Yeah.
And I said, you've got to be kidding me. Like,
Yeah. No.
and I'm not really known for timing, so you have to swing out and then go. And if you get it wrong, it'll pull your legs right off.
Yeah. And what are you wearing during this whole thing?
That's
why
what
don't
I care about.
Yeah,
Isn't
what do
that
you
a
wear?
funny question for you to
I
ask?
think we have that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
How we have not seen this photo yet.
It is, you know what's so funny? I thought that I had seen, and we can leave that up as long as possible. I thought I had seen every photo of you that there is to see and know about. And yet,
Yes.
you've hidden this gem from me all these years.
This is like handing Kelly a loaded gun.
It really is.
Ted, when
Go
you
ahead.
took that shot,
Yeah.
do you remember? I can kind of see what's going on in your mind. What were you thinking?
That's what you can see what's going on in his mind. I can see what's going on everywhere else.
Yeah, I still have that costume.
Of course you do.
Hey, wife Gigi is here. She's right over there.
Yes, my lovely wife.
Has Gigi seen that photo before? Gigi.
Yeah.
Gigi, do you have that framed over the mantle at home? You do.
Yeah.
In the bedroom.
Actually, that photograph exists because of Gigi. She was compiling some old photos. I didn't even know it was around. And one of my buddies picked it up, and next thing you know, it's all over the world.
Yeah, of course.
So here I am sharing it here.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do the boys think?
They're so ashamed.
Yes.